Hey man, I just crossed the border from Mexico. You got any health care? I need to go see a doctor. It's been a long walk.
Welcome to California, brother. How are you doing? Yeah, take this right here. This will get you everything covered for free. All right?
Gracias.
Do you have a phone by chance?
No.
Oh, here you go, brother. Here you go.
Wow.
Hey,
America?
I'm assuming you don't have a place to live right now. Do you have a house?
No.
Here you go. $30,000 for a down payment.
Wow.
Welcome to America.
Yes.
Hi. I just saw that guy walk out with a bunch of free stuff. Can I get some?
Yeah, what country do you come here from?
I'm an American.
American? What do you want, like a handout or something? Why don't you go get a job, pay your taxes? How else are we going to afford to pay him?
Are you kidding me?
Americans. Entitled.
Don't come on my page and say that people should be in this country legally. Don't fucking do it. This is ridiculous. It's inhumane. You are a human being, and don't you dare use Jesus' name or God's name in this and say that this is what he would want and pretend to be a Christian, because you're not. This is pure evil. You are scum of the earth. These are people. These are mothers. These are fathers. These are human beings, and all you care about is where they are geographically. Shame on you. Do better. Be better.
It feels so wrong to just go about posting regular content without obviously acknowledging what's going on in my community right now. I've lived in LA for 8 years, and although I'm not a Los Angeles native, these communities that are being torn away and torn apart are the ones that make LA so incredibly special. No one should be living in fear every day that they're gonna get ripped away from their lives. No children should be in fear that they're gonna go home and their families are gonna be torn apart, or that they're gonna get taken away from their families. These are not criminals. These are our friends. These are our neighbors. These are our coworkers. These are people that make LA what it is and keep LA going. I urge everyone to educate themselves, to turn on the news and be informed about what's going on and how serious this is, and to stand up and show up for the people who don't have voices and their rights are being ripped away and their voices are being taken away from them. That's that.
Sanctuary cities and states will no longer be allowed to shield illegal criminals from deportation. Just take a look at some of the illegal monsters who were taken off the streets in Los Angeles in recent days. A Vietnamese national, a known gang member with a conviction for second-degree murder. A Mexican national with convictions for child molestation, who was armed with a dangerous weapon and had previous arrests for robbery and domestic violence. A Filipino national with convictions of rape, assault, burglary, and theft. A Mexican national convicted of statutory rape, narcotics violations, and hit and run. A Nicaraguan national with convictions for domestic violence and hit and run, and a previous arrest for willful cruelty to a child. And an illegal alien from Mexico who was arrested after allegedly throwing a Molotov cocktail at law enforcement officers during the Paramount riots on Saturday. He is now being charged with attempted murder. Law-abiding American citizens do not want these public safety threats living in their communities, no matter what Democrats like Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom may claim. And let this be an unequivocal message to left-wing radicals in other parts of the country who are thinking about copycatting the violence in an effort to stop this administration's mass deportation efforts. You will not succeed. Any lawlessness will only strengthen this president's resolve to defend the majority of Americans who want to live their lives peacefully.
Come to the door. This is the police. We have a warrant. Police with the warrant. Come to the door. Hands up. Don't move. Don't move. You're all right. You're all right. Turn around. Walk towards the side of my voice. Walk towards the sound of my voice. Interlace your fingers on top of your head. Interlace your fingers. Walk back. Walk backwards. Walk backwards.
There's the American dream and the California dream. There's no Alabama dream. Eat your heart out, Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. This is California. The world looks to us to see that it's possible to live, advance, and prosper together across every conceivable difference. It's what makes this state great, that we don't tolerate that diversity as we once had, but we truly can look today and talk in terms of how we celebrate that diversity.
Oh, hell no!
This guy is like the fucking villain from every fucking superhero movie. The fact that anyone's ever voted for this man, you are an idiot. And if you still live in California, I'm honestly questioning your sanity because I don't know what's left for you out there. This man, Karen Bass, all these evil people, part of the government, they've destroyed the most beautiful state in our entire country. California is, I would say, by far the most beautiful state. There is so much amazing scenery there. You can go from the desert to the mountains to the beach. It's fucking incredible. And these, they're evil. There's no other explanation other than these people literally worship the devil and they're fucking evil and they just want the collapse of society. And I recommend if you live in LA, just get the fuck out now. Best thing I ever did was leave that fucking godforsaken city. Get out, guys.
So let me get this straight. While large chunks of Southern California are literally burnt to a crisp, people are losing their homes in an instant. Their entire livelihoods gone. Everything that they have known is no more. And yet we have Gavin Newsom over here asking the government for $50 million in order to do what? To help the people of the state that he helped burn down? No. He's asking for $50 million in order to, quote unquote, combat Donald Trump. That's right. He's looking to anti-Trump or Trump-proof California before January 20th. Now imagine this. The American people have spoken. We want the change that this man has promised. This man right here, DJT, aka Donald Django Trump, because this is a free man we're dealing with here today, folks. This man right here, the evil menaces, the Joker himself, up to nothing but absolute, pure, unadulterated chaos, is more concerned with Trump-proofing a state which had 10 counties that flipped red, as opposed to focusing on what should matter. Again, I've said it once and I'll say it a million more times. These people show you exactly who they are time and time again. If you do not believe them, folks, you will continue to get the very same result and worse. Probably, likely, and definitely worse.
Donald Trump posting, quote, "We must expand efforts to detain and deport illegal aliens in America's largest cities, such as LA, Chicago, and New York, where millions of illegal aliens reside. I have directed my entire administration to put every resource possible behind the effort and reverse the tide of mass destruction migration."
Esto es un mensaje para las madres para que no consiguen sus hijos con nadie.
This is a message for mothers to trust no one with your children. Moments after the district attorney announced he was charging her son's soccer coach with his murder, Oscar Hernandez's mother said she wants Mario Garcia Aquino to face
la pena máxima. Eso es lo que yo. Incluso muerte. Sí.
The maximum penalty, including death. Yes. DA Nathan Hochman said the 13-year-old was killed in Lancaster on March 28th and said his 43-year-old soccer coach did it. Search teams found the boy's body off the side of a road in Oxnard last Wednesday. Hernandez's family says they reported him missing after they lost touch with him when he took a train from Sun Valley to meet the coach in Lancaster, who was then supposed to drive the boy home. The DA said they are not yet clear on how Hernandez was killed, but the charges include a special circumstance of murder during the commission or attempted commission of a lewd act with a child. Hochman recently said he'd allow prosecutors to seek the death penalty, and this could be one of those instances.
I'm here to let Trump know that we are not going to stop doing what we're doing. We're going to keep defending our communities and our undocumented immigrant folks around Boyle Heights and East LA. When Trump and his cronies want to attack people and ICE decides to terrorize the community, this is how we're responding.
Law enforcement sources say 3 men arrested in the deadly home invasion in Los Angeles last month are illegal migrants from Eastern Europe. They're accused of breaking into a Woodland Hills home and brutally attacking and killing the man inside. Christina Coleman, live in L.A. with more on this case. Christina.
John, 3 men in the country illegally were arrested in connection to the murder of a man in a violent home invasion and robbery in the Woodland Hills neighborhood in Los Angeles, according to multiple law enforcement sources. Police say the incident happened last weekend on Saturday, just before 1 in the morning. Law enforcement sources tell Fox News that the 47-year-old victim was tied up and held captive. They say he was violently beaten in the head. Police identified the victim in this case as 47-year-old Alexandre Motazabi. Neighbors now reflecting on his tragic loss.
He seemed like a very nice guy, always out with his dog. I have 2 dogs, and, very friendly. I think it's very sad what happened to him.
Law enforcement sources tell Fox News ICE placed detainers on the 3 suspects arrested in this case. They were found last week in the L.A. area. Authorities say the men are from the country of Georgia and, again, in the U.S. illegally. Their arrest comes as the Trump administration works to fight illegal immigration and crime. Today on Meet the Press, President Donald Trump addressed his ongoing efforts to get violent illegal aliens out of this country.
We have thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers and some of the worst people on earth, some of the worst, most dangerous people on earth. And I was elected to get them the hell out of here.
Also on Friday, the White House shared video of angel moms and dads sharing their incredibly heartbreaking stories of their tragic loss.
I have an angel father. My daughter, Krisha, was killed September 12th, 2014 by an illegal alien in Rockwall, Texas.
This is my son Ryan and his girlfriend, both poisoned to death by illicit fentanyl. I can't bring my son back, but we are doing all of this to save the future Americans from being poisoned to death by fentanyl. We're finally getting some justice in this country for our children.
This is my son Ronald da Silva, who was murdered by a previously deported criminal illegal alien gang member.
As for the men arrested in the deadly home invasion here in Los Angeles, the FBI assisted in locating them in the L.A. area, and all 3 suspects have been charged with murder.
Just got down here to Inglewood, and some of you guys have seen the reports. So we're out at the house, Juan Miguel Sanchez, who was killed for confronting 2 illegal aliens that were stealing his neighbor's catalytic converter. He lived right here, talking to the neighbors. They didn't want to go on camera, but all of them said just a great guy, great husband, great father, family man, worked for the church. It's an amazing guy who was senselessly killed because sanctuary policies in LA allowed 2 illegal aliens, one from Guatemala, one from El Salvador, to stay here. The guy from El Salvador had over 12 felony arrests, gun charges, drug charges. The guy from Guatemala, over 15 arrests in the county. Gun charges, drug charges, major felonies. Those guys would not have been in this country to kill Juan if we didn't have sanctuary policies in places like LA. That's who you're marching for if you're out there marching against ICE. And every scumbag who's out there marching and burning the American flag and waving some other country's flag, guys that killed Juan Miguel Sanchez, that's who you're supporting. God bless ICE, God bless Tom Homan, God bless Border Patrol. Let them do their job, let them get rid of these scumbags. Absolute disgrace. The news outlets out here in LA, not even putting in that these guys were illegal aliens, not even putting in the words undocumented. ABC7, shame on you. Not telling the audience the truth because you don't want to offend your leftist audience. Absolutely disgusting. Tell the truth. 2 illegal aliens killed a man, a father and a husband, because they weren't deported because of sanctuary policies. Tell the truth. God bless his kids and his wife. Pray for peace and joy. Let them know that their dad's in a better place. It's just awful. It's totally senseless. Didn't have to happen.
courts have ruled on the Guard. They will be back under my command.
A few moments later.
Okay, why is Trump back in control of the National Guard, you guys? What the hell is going on? First I lose my pool boy Roberto, and now this? I seriously need a mani-pedi right now. A bottle of wine, cherry ice cream, and a whole season of Will and Grace. Fuck this politics thingy.
What's actually happening is they're buying voters. That's really what's happening. It's like a giant voter fraud scam. They're importing voters. It's easy to understand if you look at basic incentives. The basic incentive here is the more illegals that the Democrats can bring in, the more likely they are to win. So that's what they're going to do. That's what they have been doing, and it worked in California. California's supermajority Dem. And look at all the companies that are leaving California.
Yeah.
I mean, In-N-Out just announced they're leaving.
Yep.
Their headquarters leaving California.
They're moving to Tennessee.
A fourth day of rallies and protests on the streets of Los Angeles.
It was a peaceful rally. What is going on right now is also peaceful.
Here we are expecting rallies later on.
When they show up, we gotta show up even stronger.
In Los Angeles, there is a new crowd of protesters that has been building.
CNN had it that these were rallies. Now they've become protests. I'm afraid that by tonight they become riots. If we don't have the ability to stand up and stop this violence before it consumes a great city like Los Angeles, then there's no telling where this could spread.
Are hardworking, good people, and they're the backbone of our city, and they should have access to all the things that we have access to. And I just don't think they understand that it's a political pawn. I don't think they understand.
It's a political game.
This is not done for compassion and kindness.
No.
This is just done to ensure that it stays blue.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's essentially a bribery with your tax dollars.
Yes, this is why the Dems will not even deport criminals.
Yeah.
Because every criminal deported is a lost vote.